Hello, everybody. Yukiro here. Today I'm going to go over a video I saw the other day from ConnorDawg. I never seen this person before, but it was recommended to me uh, thanks to YouTube algorithm. And he makes a lot of very good points. Now, I've heard of IronMouse. I don't really watch her content, but I have seen enough of her clips and you know song covers to know that she is a very, very talented streamer. Not always my thing, uh, but there's no denying, how talented she is as a streamer. Um, no, I know, as soon as you put yourself online, whether that's as an author like me, uh, as a streamer like IronMouse or ConnorDawg or whoever it is you know best, there's always going to be some amount of uh, trolls in your comment sections and hate. But I have noticed, and I've said this before, that there is a lot more hate online than there used to be. And a lot of people say it's aimed more towards women, men, whatever. The thing is, it shouldn't matter who gets more hate. Any hate at all, anywhere, it's just not cool. It's it's kind of like we're all in school still. And maybe some of the people who do this are still in schools, but I would like to think that most of us are mature enough to actually use the internet. Not that it's always the case, but we should know better. We shouldn't be going around, harassing and name calling and bullying creators just because we don't like them or don't understand why they're popular. This isn't a school playground. This is, people having fun and enjoying what they enjoy and doing what they do, sometimes even making a career out of it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. No one is forcing you to like these things. But then when you go and send hate comments constantly to someone, that's taking it way too far. Just don't watch them if you don't like them. And if they're very, very controversial, so we say, then you can fight against it if it's really dangerous to others. So we say like racism or something, um, or just outright hatred and death threats and stuff. Then yeah, call them out, take them hold them responsible and stuff. But just because you don't like them, that's weird. No, don't do that. Anyway.
This video is going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the Angry British Man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had...
Well, the Angry British Man is joined by a not so angry Welsh person, so, but maybe I'll get angry, who knows?
to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online, and I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but
There's a joke there somewhere. I'm probably not going to say that joke.
there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up,
Yeah,
spew absolute vile hatred stuff.
there's a lot of lying on the internet lately, and most of it is provably false as well, and yet people still somehow believe them, and it's just like the the proof is in the pudding. I don't understand how people can believe that. Like, you can provably prove that what someone is saying is a lie.
It's a pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry. And
Yeah, yeah, I feel that as well. Um, I saw another video. I won't pull it up here. But they were pretty much doing a. I can't even remember who made the video actually. But they did a test to see how much engagement they got on Twitter versus Blue Sky, and the engagement they got on Twitter was a lot of some bots, some vitriol, but compared to Blue Sky, they didn't get half as much engagement. Even though Blue Sky was had a lot less followers there. Um, at the end of the experiment, uh, both of their um, both of their Blue Sky and Twitter had roughly the same followers, and the amount of engagement on Blue Sky was a lot better. I'm not saying that Blue Sky in itself is better or worse or Twitter is bad or whatever. But it was just really interesting because a lot of Twitter replies, and I've noticed this, and I'm not even a big creator over there. Like I barely pass 100 followers. Um, but most of the followers I get lately and the comments I've seen have been from bots, like not even real people, just bots, like or fake accounts trying to pretend that they're real people, but they don't engage with you at all. Um, and it compared to that to Blue Skies, I actually get real people following me there. Again, I'm not big there either, but I don't really use social media all that much. Facebook is usually the one I use, and that's mostly because of the author groups I'm in. Uh, but it was just really interesting, uh, like the differences of how Twitter is and other social media. Like Twitter is just full of toxicity, which is why I don't try to also be toxic on there, which probably surprises some of the toxic people who try to offend me, but I'm a Welsh person, so it's kind of hard to do that. So good luck to them, I say. But anyway,
if you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience
yep.
overall. And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments.
I don't use TikTok. I uploaded a couple of videos, like clips, that I've also posted on my channel here, but I don't really use TikTok. Like I don't have the app. If I do upload anything, it's from the website, but it's I have problems with TikTok, mostly the TikTok trends and the stupid TikTok challenges. Like, guys, don't don't eat Tide Pods, please. I know that's a long past trend, but please don't eat Tide Pods. In fact, don't do anything TikTok tells you to do as a challenge unless it's 100% safe and not going to cause your death or something, because the internet was made to make us smarter, and then social media happened and we've all become fucking stupider. Anyway, rant over.
And I wouldn't really even use the word brutal, because I think brutal can sometimes mean there's a bit of honesty and fun there, but I would say it's just cruel. Like, just being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive hate train against IronMouse, which I don't understand.
Yep.
And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry. It'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, IronMouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was, I'm sure, an amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well.
Yeah. Again, I don't really watch IronMouse, but I've obviously heard of her. And even I had heard of this at the time, and this was, just as I think it was just as I was starting my VTuber career, or just before. I can't quite remember. It wasn't long anyway, either way. And I was just like, I just couldn't believe that like a non-real life streamer like ConnorDawg here, uh, not ConnorDawg, ConnorDawg, sorry. Um, I must be hungry. Um, but I I wasn't expecting it like a VTuber to be so popular, I guess. And it was kind of inspiring, like seeing someone like IronMouse just sort of like get so high in viewership and everything, and just be so well beloved. Truly inspiring.
As mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now, but sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot.
Yeah. So I have a friend group, and they know I do VTubing. And the topic of IMAX did actually come up, because obviously last year she beat one of the other streamers that was really popular at the time. And my friend kind of made a comment about how IMAX was probably like a ugly guy or something using voice change. I was like, no, she's 100% a girl, like not even like trans or anything. 100% born and you know is a woman. Um, he didn't really have much to say after that, but um, but it was just like, no, just because they're behind a VTuber model doesn't mean they're one ugly or two a guy. You know, it's women exist and we do like anime. Women exist and like games. Just because you don't know anyone personally, and this person does because he hangs out with two of us, does not mean they don't exist. And that just because they're behind a VTuber model doesn't make them any less a streamer. It just means that they have an animated character. Like, does that suddenly invalidate streamers who don't show their face at all? Are they not streamers? Hmm? No? Are they still streamers even though they don't show their face just because they're guys? Is that it? Is it just because they're girls and they don't want to show their face? Because, understandably, because stalkers are a thing. Creepy guys are a thing, creepy women are a thing too, but, you know, so just because I'm hiding behind a VTuber mod, does that make me any less valid? I don't think this friend of mine really thinks things through because everything he says, well, not everything, but a lot of things he says are just like, dude, did you think about this for more than 2 seconds? Anyway.
Lot of shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend. 100%. I'm not even
As you
trying to
should.
hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is just for some reason acceptable, and hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now, obviously, they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese coded. But,
Well,
4
yes.
years ago, they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, gotta see. And I'm sure any VTuber who was around in this era could tell you the amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? Pretty uninspired, insulting comments. And during...
Yeah, I see some of this, not towards myself, but I do see a lot of this still. And even I'm kind of guilty of doing this once or twice. Like, I've come across VTubers who do use voice changes or AI to speak for them. I can't watch those because the AI just sounds really bad, and I don't really like AI anyway, but don't hate it, but I don't like it. But yeah, even I've had thoughts like this sometimes, and it's just like, well, I don't say anything to obviously to the people because at the end of the day, how they choose to stream is up to them. If their fans like their stuff, then they like the stuff. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna send hate to someone just because I don't like it. That's childish and stupid.
this boom is when a lot of people found IronMouse as well. Now, IronMouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now look.
Yeah, that's kind of why I do it. Like, granted, I've done a single stream where I've shown my face, but I was in cosplay, so I felt a little bit more comfortable with that. But anonymity is kind of why I've decided to stick with the anime, you know, model to hide my anonymity. It's not just for my safety, but for the safety of my family as well. And just it's just a lot more easier for me. Plus, I can be lazy.
Look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is her own person, but you know, Mouse has been sick for a very, very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, Mouse is very sick, and just leaving the house could like be very fatal for her. I don't know all the ins and outs of her like medical condition, so don't ask. But I do know that, she does this because it gives her a sense of freedom and lets her sort of like interact with people that she normally wouldn't be able to. And how far she's come, even though she's like going through so much, is just really amazing and inspiring.
Immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that.
Yeah. So my immune system mostly works relatively well. But I can pick up illnesses really easily. Like I've had the chicken pox, I think, like 3 times, just because I can pick up illnesses really, really easily. I'm definitely not as bad as Iron Mouse though. Like I can go outside and I can hang out and I'm able to take like vaccines to help with that. But if someone's got a cold and I'm near them, chances are I'm probably going to get that cold. Um, if I look after someone with chickenpox, chances are I'm going to get chickenpox again. Hopefully not shingles, but you know. So yeah, I get it.
That want to find cures and support people with primary immune. I never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really
Yeah. I feel you, dude. I get words mixed up all the time as well. I think it's just a thing. It's just a thing.
bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease.
Yeah, I'm definitely not this bad. I think mine's just weak. It's not like it still works. It's just weak or weaker anyway. Definitely not this bad though.
Means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk, thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America! So this meant the only human contact that Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or
Yeah, so having lived with this, not me, obviously, IMAS, just kind of put yourself in her shoes for just 1 second. Like, imagine being stuck inside like we were with COVID, but that being your whole life. Like, not just a couple of years, but your whole life. That how isolating must that feel? So I can understand why she'd be want to become a VTuber. Like, she, sh like, words just can't describe how much, suffering she might have gone through of feeling so isolated and alone and only having like close family to surround herself with.
Interact with friends, or just have a casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better and more accessible that Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, go, lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace because that's where I am all the time. Fox, thank you so much for the pedally. God damn it! Now what are you doing? Now thank you so much for the dodo.
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that the outpouring support has allowed her to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god-tier singing skills, we all know.
Oh yeah, like, we all know that I can't sing. I try, but I can't. IronMouse's singing is like amazing. Like I've seen a few of her covers, and she really knows how to sing. Like she's amazing. Um, but yeah, being a VTuber can give us a lot more freedom that you know being a real life streamer like him might not be possible in some cases. Like because obviously IronMouse can't. Well, maybe now she can, but I don't know her situation. But obviously back then she couldn't leave her bed, not really. So she couldn't really have like a proper office space to like have a setup. So it wouldn't be feasible for her to even showcase, how she's like streaming. Not really.
Know that Mouse was training to be an opera singer and sounds incredible.
Yeah.
If you could look at me once more.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused, and gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look,
Speak for yourself, buddy. Okay, yeah, I've had my moments. Yeah, I've had my moments.
was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look,
Yeah, not him personally, but people like him are one of the reasons I don't like playing multiplayers, especially like Call of Duty. uh, toxicity. You gotta love it. But yeah, even I've had my moments. Never towards another player, because again, I don't really play multiplayers. But definitely towards my PlayStation.
been a content creator for 10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't.
Yeah, back then, we didn't just hate on someone just because we didn't like them. It was usually for a reason, like maybe they said something, maybe they did something, maybe they, were untowards a certain younger group. I'll leave it there. But nowadays it's become very socially acceptable to just hate on people for no reason at all, just because you don't like them. And I don't know why. Like, why has it become so acceptable to be that way?
Insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And
Yeah, like, just because you don't know a situation and you think it might be sad doesn't give you the right to, like, criticize them in, and it's not even like genuine criticism. It's just being dick for being dick reason. Now this guy will probably go into it, but I'm pretty sure the other guy that he showed does apologize later, but it's just become the norm to do something like this now, and I kind of wish that people could be nicer again. Like, it doesn't kill you to be nice. And if you don't get along with them, that's fine. Just don't interact with them anymore. But it will not kill you to be nice to someone.
to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an
Oh, there we
apology
go, yeah.
to a creator called IronMouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And IronMouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, IronMouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity?
Moment you open your mouth and say something negative, people are going to latch onto that, and then you're going to perpetrate that, because that is what people do. Like, it's monkey see, monkey do. Like, especially kids. Kids are very impressionable. If they see their favorite content creator speaking a certain way towards someone else, they're going to go and copy that, because that's just what kids do. That kids are very much, oh, this person's done this, that must mean it's acceptable, and that must mean I can do it. And you're just kind of like making things worse.
What do you mean by that? And now look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But
yeah, it's nice that he apologized, but what if people hadn't said anything to him? Would he have then taken accountability on his own? Like, is he genuinely sorry, or is he just sorry he got, called out?
But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
joined in, haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years.
Yeah, so don't send hatred to anyone, especially not in my name. If you do that, you're not really a friend of mine, or a follower, or a fan. You're just a dick.
Ago, it does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you are a piece of shit and you should not be here.
Exactly.
Why is it now that you
well,
can just
minus
dunk
the
on
not here
something that
bit.
you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge, huge responsibility. Whether we
Like, I don't even have a huge audience, like barely over 100. And even I think, I have some level of responsibility to my viewers to, not be a complete arsehole to other people. Like, I kind of thought that was common sense, but I guess common sense isn't so common anymore.
We like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why?
I wouldn't exactly go that far. I 100% see where he's coming from. Like, my experience now on the internet and my experience like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, very, very different. Um, when I first got on the internet, people was just so much more friendly, so much more like welcoming and happy just to be able to speak with other, fans of whatever they were into. Like, the amount of friends I made over the years because we were all into the same thing, regardless of like gender, uh, sexuality, whatever. We were all just so much more accommodating and just so much more friendly. Like, yeah, we had our beefs with people, that gave us hardships, but we didn't ask people to go and hate on them or anything like that. We just, agreed to not hang out in the same spaces and just kind of went on our different ways and hung out with those who we did get along with, like in real life. But nowadays, it's not that. It's a lot different now, and it kind of makes me nostalgic for the old days. But I also know that that's not going to happen anytime soon, if at all.
Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why
Yeah.
is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline.
I've been actually relatively good with this. Like, I haven't had any hatred because I'm a VTuber. I got weird comments when I was doing my face reveal live stream thing. That was fun. Um, and I've had hate for having an opinion on Twitter, which is no big surprise. Someone called me the F slur. Not that I really care because I'm not offended by it. Because the singular is what we call our cigarettes, and the plural is one of our, Welsh dishes, which I have shown before. So I don't care. Like, doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But I think they hoped it would because that's what Twitter's like. Anyway.
Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards.
Yeah. I actually voted for Mouse only because I knew who she was. I didn't know the other streamers. I will not apologize for that. Like, I haven't voted this year because I literally don't really know anything about any of the games out this year. I know Veilguard was nominated for one of the awards, but I don't really know any of the other games. Although Baldur's Gate is nominated for one of them, but I always thought, like, I think Baldur's Gate was for continual updates or patches or whatever it was. I can't quite remember. But none of the like new games nominated that I've played. So I thought rather than just randomly choose different ones, I'd just not partake this year. But last year I did because I knew a lot of the games out last year. And I knew who IronMouse was, so that's who I voted for, just because I knew who they were.
Now, the Game Awards have this category for Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But To the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the game.
Yeah. Like, as I said, I voted for Mouse because she was the only one I really knew. Like, I've heard of Quackity, but I've never watched their content. I don't know who they are. It was just been a name that's been brought up in some of the content spaces I've been in. Never knew who the others were. IronMouse was literally the only one I've heard of. And that's not to say I'm living in a rock or anything. It's just the internet is so vast and so wide that you're never gonna know everybody. Like, you could be a famous rock star, and there'll be someone who doesn't know you. It's just kind of how life is. There's just so many people on this earth, and the earth is just so big, including the internet. It's just how it is.
Award goes to IronMouse. So, IronMouse couldn't be here tonight because IronMouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally like, I just gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's like ridiculous. This is 2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai? Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones. And it only gets worse the closer we get to today. We all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer. No way blood, this is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe...
Why is it an evil world just because of VTuber won over your favorite streamer? That's a little bit dramatic, don't you think?
Something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year? This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's IronMouse? Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this won Creator of the Year. I'm crying. This literally goes on and on. And you'd think, okay, look, it's because Mouse won the streamer of the year. It probably stops after that. Oh no. So many people are like,
no, it won't stop because people are just, they're obsessive with their hate. I don't understand why this has become the new norm. Like, why? What do people get out of this apart from their own personal gratification of being a dick online?
post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh, yeah, great, because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cruel? What the f***? Just chill the f*** out, man. Who the f*** is watching this? This thing has the most subs on Twitch. How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it and it's f***ing fire. Okay, jeez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care?
Yeah, why do you care?
Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened where we all feel the need to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares?
Yeah, like, there's a lot of things I don't like. A lot of things I don't care for. I don't comment on stuff like I don't like. Like, it's not that hard. Like, if it comes across my feed and it's being pushed on me, maybe I'll react. But generally, if you react to something, the algorithm is going to think you like that stuff, and it's going to recommend it to you more. So generally, it's better if you don't react, because then you won't see more of it. You'll see less of it, because the algorithm will think, oh, well, this person doesn't like this, let's try something else.
Yes, You're a loser. This has gone on for months. It's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really f***ed up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What?
Yeah,
This
it's
is just the stuff
crazy.
that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, "Can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys?" And it only escalated once more when IronMouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of
Oh,
news
I can
articles
imagine.
tweeting about it and people talking about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now you tell
Wow. Like, all because she's become really popular. Like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, I'm kind of glad I'm still small because people don't really know who I am, so they're not gonna come after me. But I expect it. Like, if I get like large enough, I'll expect it because that's just how the internet is at the moment, and it sucks.
telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings. Unless you have less than 60 IQ, no one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself. How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is f***ed up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up. This is f***ed. One.
Yeah, I think I think Mouse handles it really well. Like most VTubers probably do, like corporate ones, because they don't really read chat as much. I mean, some might do. I don't know if they do all the time, but I know they don't really read chat because chat can go by so fast with them, even if they have slow mode on. So it's probably not even feasible for them to like read all of them. So they probably got like mods to handle like the excessive comments or automate it. And I don't blame her. I don't blame anyone for doing that. Um, I think that's the only reason that they can handle it so well. Like, it probably still does affect them in some way, and burnout and everything, and just feeling like awful because of these comments. But hopefully they can ignore them, because people that do this are not worth the energy. They're just not.
100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose?
Yeah, I don't blame Kai either. Like, don't know him that much either. I've heard of him obviously because of this drama. But 100% do not blame Kai at all.
Lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd, and at that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised IronMouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
IronMouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, you know, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. And I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in, because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like, do people not have anything better to do? Like, have we as a society just forgotten what it means to like be social? Like, go outside. Like, granted, if you don't have like park or anything, go to a cafe. But go outside. mingle with actual people, make friends with real people. I would say touch grass, but again, you might not have a park near you. You might live in a big city with no parks. Not so in the UK. We have so many like nature areas around us. One's within like 5 minutes of walk from where I am. So I can quite literally go and touch grass. But go outside, talk with real people, meet real people, make friends with real people. The internet, while it's amazing and has its, bonuses, it doesn't give you the social skills real life ever will. So go outside. Don't be haters for the sake of hating, because it's lame. You're lame if you do. If you hate just because it's fun or whatever. Go outside and mingle. Get real life experiences.
Creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be mortified if I saw that. And
yeah, don't put a creator's name into your words. Like, if you want to be a hateful asshole online, fine. I don't agree with it. I think it's lame. But don't put another creator's name in your mouth, because they have jack shit to do with it. Unless, of course, they're the ones perpetrating and telling you to go and say that, which I doubt it, and definitely not. So in Kylie's case, clearly, they have nothing to do with your opinion. They have nothing to do with your hate. They have nothing at all to do with you. And they don't putting their name in your mouth makes them look bad, not just you. Not that I say Kylie's at fault here. He's 100% not. He's obviously clearly told people not to hate on IronMouse. But it does make him look bad that his audience is doing this, because it makes it look like he's agreeing to it, even though he's clearly not. And that's not cool.
And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that, because you're all cool and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I'll admit, I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind, wondering why this is normal. That was literally it. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else or any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind of level of blind hatred yourself. I would love to hear about it, just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you from what you want to do in life. Now I'm going to go drink a beer. Bye.
Yeah, so that's the video. So yeah, I saw that video and I wasn't going to react to it at first, because although I agreed with it, I didn't really want to talk about drama. But I did have a very, very old close friend of mine who I've known for a couple of years now, thanks to being an author. We're both authors. They were worried about all the stuff that was going on in one of my streams. And I was like, well, I'm fine, because this, I expected it to happen. But the level that IronMouse has to deal with this, and I'm sure other popular creators have to deal with this, is just... I just kind of wanted to speak on it, because although I'm fine and I expect, a little bit of this to happen to me, it still doesn't make it right. It still doesn't mean that I accept it and want it to happen to me or to any other creators, big or small. It's gonna happen because that's just the internet in today's age. But the way I see it, people don't have to be like this. They choose to be like this. And I kind of pity the people who choose to be like this. Either that they are genuinely children and they don't know any better, and just think it's cool because everybody else is doing it, in which case, you know, they've got a lot of growing up to do, or they do it because they have nothing better in their lives to do. And that's really sad. Like, and I don't mean sad as in lame sad, I mean genuinely sad. Like, I feel sorry for them because they have nothing positive in their lives, and this is the only way they can get dopamine going. Like, if you hate on someone just because you don't like them, and you spend all of your energy and time making that known, whether in their chat, in their videos, Twitter, whatever, go outside, make friends, find yourself real people to hang out with and, you know, get along with. Because I promise you, the real world would not put up with this shit. Like, I don't know what the rest of the world is like, but you act this way in Wales and generally the rest of like the UK, you're gonna get punched in the face if you treat someone like this just because. We don't take shit. Like, we're overly polite and we will be very friendly, but you give us shit, we'll give you shit right back. It's why I sometimes tend to troll the trolls because it's a thing that I do. But I try to be nice to strangers, like, and polite, because there's enough dicks in the world. Anyway, I probably rambled too much, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah, don't be a dick online. Find real friends and hang out with them, because I promise life is not, full of hatred. And you perpetrating that is just kind of sad. It just makes people think that you have literally no friends in real life. And if that's how you want to come across, I guess fine. But life's too short. Anyway, now you know, and now you care. Or don't care. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.